Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. Playing a E all the G deck, E all the G decks, and a G6 playtest game. So gonna have to read these G6 cards. Village Head. Once per turn, discard a card to get a building resource. Not that strong. At the start of each harvest, discard a miner to play an occupation. That's not too bad. You turn a miner into 2 food if you consider it like farm school graduate without the huge downside. Experienced farmer, um, cow, or sheep, vegetable, grain. That looks pretty good. The payout is really nice. I would consider Commercial Baker probably the best card here, but the payout from Experienced Farmer looks really, really good. Okay, and then Intuitionist. Extra reasons, so 2 reasons to go to a stone house here. Intuitionist and Journeyman. I think though I'm gonna want to plow early, so that doesn't really go with Stonehouse. Glutton is usually pretty good. Turning 3 food to bonus points is nice. Dove Hunter is always good. Sailboat Constructor is good, but a little not quite as good with Experienced Farmer. Bricklayer is always reasonable. I think I'll take Glutton. Strawman, if you have 5 reed, you get a crop. Interesting. Tarzan, 6 food in your supply, you get an animal. Historian. It's a way of playing occupations. Yeah, I'm really not sure. So Experienced Farmer is going to pay out cow, boar, sheep, vegetable, grain. So I'm going to get a grain at the beginning of the game, and then I'm going to get a vegetable in the second harvest. So more crops could be alright. But I don't really want to hoard grain that or read all that much. Tarzan, if you just get a cooking hearth, seems fine. You get 4 food per harvest if you have at least 6 food, and I want food for my gluttons, so let's give that a shot. Oven Admirer. If you have the stone oven, you get 2 vegetables and an animal of your choice. Really good synergy for whoever takes the Commercial Baker. So I could consider blocking the Commercial Baker. I think what I want to take though is Blacksmith, and my thinking is if I get that card that lets you discard a minor improvement to play an occupation, then I could have a pretty reasonable game. Yeah, so I could consider, so Tarzan gives 4 cattle if I play it for, like 4 food from a cattle if I play it. Or I could do experienced farmer to get full payout from the experienced farmer. I don't know. And then I'm sort of thinking, okay, experienced farmer, Tarzan, and then glutton or blacksmith here. And on blacksmith, I could play something like pottery or well or an oven. Well, let's see. Let's see if I get that card back, the historian or whatever. Oh, I did not get it back, but I did get commercial baker back. Okay, so commercial baker seems good. Well, it is good. I know it is. Getting the stone oven with glutton is nice because you can turn 2 grain into almost 3 bonus points. Oh, I should open up Twitch chat. So sorry if you said something in Twitch chat before. I didn't have the window open, so I didn't see it, but I'm watching it now. Well, I got bricklayer back, and bricklayer is very good, so looks good to me. So my thinking is bricklayer, commercial baker, during which I'd read stone food twice into blacksmith, build the stone oven, and then I'll have enough food to support Tarzan. I'm not likely to play any of these. I guess because of the wood buyer, Wheedler might be okay. Okay, G6 card. Whenever you use the plow on field, you may pay 2 food to receive a guest token. Okay. Guest plow. And if you plow or plow so, you can do an extra field for each of your empty rooms. Steam tiller. It's pretty. Seems like it'll be pretty good for me once I have the stone oven bake done. Then I'll have a nice amount of food. I'm a little worried about passing the stonehouse extension to all those stone occupation cards, but I think it'll be okay. Pie oven. Whenever you use baked bread, you can use the pie oven to convert a grain into a food and a bonus point. Yeah, that's just perfect for me. Especially because I'll be able to play it for free with blacksmith and bricklayer. And then I can immediately rebuy the stone oven. Looks good. So my early game, get on Reedstone Food twice, play bricklayer, play commercial baker, go on the commercial baker to get 3 grain, then blacksmith stone oven. Hi Sam Folds, thanks for checking out the stream. Hope you enjoy. Deep digging. It's a free point, which is nice. First, second, third family members get some stone. With the steam tiller, that'll be quite good. I think though rum distillery is probably a little too good to pass up on. A way of turning, I now have a way of turning each of my like 2 grain per harvest into bonus points. About 2 grain per harvest. If I could get simple fireplace back, that would be amazing because it's free with bricklayer, and then I can turn it into a clay oven or a cooking hearth. Sorry. Dough is a food for a point. Avalanche is a free point. Corral. Corral could be good actually because of the steam tiller. I would want to go on steam tiller every round. 1 bonus point for each of them that hold at least 1 animal. Okay. Yeah, that's more points. Looks good. So I want to plow pretty much all game. Okay. So it's unlikely I get experienced farmer out before the first harvest, but I'm going to aim to get it out for the second harvest. And then yeah. Probably just want something cheap, like holiday present. Holiday present is free with bricklayer. So that looks good. So my wood costs are a little high. Steam tiller 2 wood, rum distillery 2 wood, corral 3 wood. So I'll have to think about whether I build a wood room or if I try to build a clay room, depending on how the timing works out. Probably depends also on what actions I get. Cow chips, driftwood, clay roof. All of these are great. I don't know which I should take. Oh, clay roof. Oh man, I can't believe I missed this the first time around. Oh geez, I am so lucky. Bricklayer with clay roof is a ridiculous combo because I can then, for my wood room, I can skip paying reed for it altogether with the clay roof because of the bricklayer. Ooh, I am lucky that got passed back to me. So then I'll probably go for the Basket Maker's Workshop to make use of my reed. Actually, I should double check that that works the way I think it does, but I'm quite sure it does. Yeah. Okay, cool. Looks good. And simple fireplace. Okay, this is a super strong draft. Super strong. So going first would be nice, or second and being past Reedstone Food. But otherwise, you know, even 3 wood is not bad because I can 3 wood then steam till. And that would be okay. So I start fourth. So I most likely get 3 wood, but I might get expensive occupation, in which case I'll play bricklayer. Alright, fence overseer for PJK. He probably took that stable card, that stable miner. Always nice with the fence overseer to get that. Master Huntsman for Lady-in-Waiting. Okay, so I don't get occupation. I most likely get 3 wood because I think nwoll will Reedstone Food. Alright, this is fine. I wanted to get this card out anyways. So I'm gonna play bricklayer. And then I'll plow, jump to start player, and play simple fireplace. for free, and then I can upgrade the fireplace and I'll get that first sheep grab. Hi Vrindy, thanks for tuning in. Oh, nwoll just did start player. Okay, so I get occupation again, and I will play commercial baker. Hi Dutch Mojo, thanks for tuning in. So Glutton lets you turn 3 food into a bonus point at the end of the game. Tarzan lets you get an animal if you have 6 food in your supply at the end of the harvest. And the experienced farmer gives you goods if you have the most plowed fields. Um, let's do this. Uh, do I want those sheep or do I want to get the stone oven? Stone oven's a little ways away. I want to get those sheep. Yeah. So I'll plow, jump to something, and then in this round I'll cooking hearth, plow, jump to sheep. It is possible that PJK tries to jump ahead of me, but I think that's unlikely given the fact that he only has 2 food and he needs food. I can always commercial bake with my last move. So plow, jump to the commercial baker, and that would be fine. So I want my fields to be beside my house. So I'll probably do a 3-room house so that I can maximize corral, or 4-room Go for a 4-point corral. So Dutch Mojo says, question, for the purpose of improving your game, would you recommend sticking to one game type, index and players, or experience all the formats? I'm really enjoying tour games, have some fivers on boîte à jeux, but four seems to be the premier format. People like fours because of the Reedstone food space. Um, because the Reedstone food gives you access to stone early on in the game, which makes so many more of the miners available, which makes a really big difference, I think. Um, so return that. And hopefully he doesn't decide to grab the sheep. Yeah, Vrindy saying like a Reedstone food changes game. Yeah, and it absolutely does. Yeah, just because and Verindy also says if you don't play four or more people, you don't see all the cards, and that's true as well because of course the highest card limit in terms of number of players is 4+. So, like if you don't play 4+, you don't see the traveling players cards, etc., etc. So that's I think kind of why people like fours. It used to be that three player games were the most popular format on this site. Um, like if you look back at the first couple tournaments, they were all done with 3 players. So I don't know when it changed over to 4 players. It might have been like a how many people were available type thing. Um, Tours are fun. Like 2-player games are good. They're nice and quick, and but they are a little difficult because like some people don't like 2-player games just because you're playing directly against another person, and you really can't just consider yourself. You have to consider your opponent like way more in a 2-player game, I think. So, what you doing, PJK? Interesting. Not what I was expecting. Well, that's okay. I'll go on So Bake. So that's a little too bad. Yeah, there's not really much else I could do. I could start player holiday present. Get a cattle. But I think this is... It's not amazing, but this is okay. Yeah, absolutely right about the different formats playing differently. Just because the resource that's the limiting factor changes quite dramatically. For example, Reed is way different without the Reedstone food space. And yeah, 5-player games, the 4 wood space is just totally different from anything that comes before. Yeah, all the action spaces are so good. Oh, is the stream not going? Looks good on my end, but if you guys aren't seeing anything. Test, test. My stream must have gone down. Oh, nwoll playing historian. Cool. Sorry about that. So yeah, my goal, get probably get clay and then build the clay oven with blacksmith, or I could build stone oven with blacksmith. I have some options. Yeah, sorry. Just my connection being inconsistent. Every once in a while, my upload speed is dropping to 0, so that's when the stream is dying. Um, so, not really a lot of actions that I want to do this round. If round 6 is Reno, I think what I'll do is Reno and build clay rooms rather than wood rooms. But that's still to be determined a little. So my next action can be Did Lady-in-Waiting get to that much food? That's pretty crazy. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, 9. So I could plow again. Oh man. Oh, come on. Come on, game. Okay, sorry about that. Alright, we're back. Sorry guys, this is going to have to be a local recording video rather than the Twitch output, unfortunately, because of my internet not being consistent. So what I did is I played Blacksmith, which lets you save a stone on baking, and and I saved a clay with my bricklayer. So yeah. What I'd probably like to do is get on Reedstone Food and then Reno Pottery. Because renovating would only cost me 1 clay, pottery would only cost me 1 clay, so I'd have 1 clay left to eat. I have a feeling nwoll is going to build the stone oven, but I think I'm not too worried about that. LadyInWaiting building the 2 clay fireplace. There's Reno. So I have some decisions here. What I could do is I could do 4 wood and then start player clay roof to build a room round 7. And from the looks, okay, there's the wood gone. So that's not going to happen. And while building the racing stable manager. And while plays Tithe Barn, whenever you play an occupation, you can build a stable at no cost afterwards. Wow. Good stuff. So you can build 3 stables for free and turn that into 3 fields. So I can't get on Reno. What can I do? I could take 3 wood, plow, commercial bake, and then sow later. I wouldn't mind start player into 6 wood if I could make that happen. Okay, maybe I do this with my first move and see what comes around. Alright, so nwoll took 3 wood. Lady-in-Waiting is the only player that looks like she can build rooms. So I could do... Well, I think I'm going to do Commercial Baker. Grab 3 grain. And then my last action can be start player, grab 4 wood. And I'll start player clay roof so that my second action can be build room. And then I can build room ahead of Lady-in-Waiting. Yeah, unless Lady-in-Waiting takes one read here, which she might do. But she might play greedy, and if she plays greedy, then that is excellent for me. Occupation monger. Cool. So I start player for wood, then second action build room. And I have to move my person onto start player just so it knows that it's me. So I can second action build and then grow around 8. That's pretty excellent. Officer, okay, so nwoll's gonna renovate again and then he's gonna try to stonehouse extension grow. So there's some nice combinations going on here because now nwoll can use his other 2 cards to play the stonehouse stone house occupations that were going around. Although journeyman he might not have been able to get because he probably didn't have time to get to it. So he has lighthouse. That's really not good for me, because now I need to start player to grow ahead of him. So that's unfortunate. So nwoll's going to start player to grow ahead of me, I assume. Unless LadyInWaiting decides to start player to get build room, to build room, start player. So there's a couple different things that could go on. I want to get this 3 stone here. If it turns into 4 stone, that would be quite good for me. Because then I can start player stone oven. Okay, so I get a food from blacksmith. So now I can afford to play pie oven, and pie oven is going to be great for me. Bake bread to turn a grain into 5 food and a bonus point. So pretty much I'm paying 1 food total to gain a point, and the ability to gain a point every time I bake bread, which is absolutely fantastic. So nwoll's thinking about if start player is worth it or not. If he doesn't take start player, I get 6 wood. Oh, interesting. Very interesting. He decides to do day labor. Very interesting. I guess he figures stable blocking is fine because of racing stable manager. He must have some card he wanted to get. T-Ison. So does a card like Pie Oven stack with a minor improvement oven like Wood-Fired Oven? And the answer is yes. And that is part of why Wood-Fired Oven can be an amazing card. Just because it can let you do some really cool stuff. Animal Breeder, really good for LadyInWaiting. Intuitionist, excellent for nwoll. Yeah, so the pie oven does stack with wood-fired oven, which is really cool. But the card doesn't go back to your hand. It goes, so I pay food and then bake 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and get point there. And the clay oven goes back to the board. So major improvements go back to the board. Generally, unless it says remove, but in this case it says return. minor improvement ovens cannot be returned to your hand. They get removed from the game. So if 4 stone could come around, that would be good. Otherwise, I think I'll probably plow and then do sow bake. And hope that I get 6 wood again, because 6 wood is enough for me to build another room. Yeah, nwoll takes the 4 stone, of course, because of his stone oven, or stone card. So this is nice because I'm pretty much paying 2 food for a guest every time I plow. That's quite strong, especially because I'm generating all this food with my blacksmith and my oven play. Okay, so LadyInWaiting did start player. So nwoll passing on growing again. So that is interesting that he's still passing on growing. So, well, my sow action should be... Actually, I don't know if my sow action will be safe or not. I don't really want to give up 6 wood to nwoll, but he's got to start player at some point, doesn't he? You know what? I'm gonna do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and bake, and 1. I guess the 3 wood can always be taken by PJK or LadyInWaiting. Okay, stuff that I want to do. I want to get 2 stone at some point, and so I can commercial bake. Rum distillery as well I would like to play. Rum distillery, even if I get 3 points from it, will be fine. Well, what's my next round gonna be gonna look like? 3 wood, reedstone food, Reno, rum distillery? Yeah, that would work fine. I think I'm gonna plow every round for the rest of the game because otherwise I'm not gonna be able to hold animals. I think my corral is actually gonna be huge. Well, it might only be 3 points, but it's gonna let me hold stuff. So, wow, pretty nice. And while playing Tower Builder, pretty good. It's much better than not bad. It is absolutely amazing. Oh, rock pyramid, wow. So 3 wood. Next action, plow, then reedstone food, then reno, and play rum distillery. Looks okay to me. I guess I don't need to go on reedstone food because of clay roof. So this is, it only costs me 3 clay to reno. Yeah, and I don't need the stone actually either. Okay, so I probably want to do that. And I want to keep plowing every round. So my first pick experienced farmer is falling by the wayside. Yeah, this is pretty scary because he's going to go up to a 5-room stone house because the stone house extension. Really nuts. And he's going to fill up his farm really well. Yeah, very nice game by nwoll. Probably, did he first pick officer with tower builder in his hand? I don't recall how that worked. Yeah, all these guests. Yeah, no kidding. Everyone's counteracting. Everyone's counteracting the late family growth with guest cards, and probably PJK is suffering the most because he was the first to build a room. Okay, so I'm gonna reno. Yeah, I'll just do it now. Make sure I get it off. So my renovating only cost me 3 clay. And then I'll play rum distillery. Pay a food to save. Bonusville, USA from LadyInWaiting. Absolutely. There's some online compendium for all just starting up, and it's confusing working out with all the different decks. Yes, TI Sin, there's a WM and France deck. So if you Google Agricola Compendium, this is the EGIK deck, and then if you go onto the Play Agricola forums, there's a compendium for all the other stuff. So what do I want to do here? Probably vegetable is fine. I don't need clay, I don't think. Unless I'm going to build another room, which maybe I should build another room. I'm not sure. Maybe if I can get 6 clay, I will. Because if I can get, or 5 clay. If I can get 5 clay, then that's a room. So I'll use my rum distillery. Yeah, I can take 5 clay here and build another clay room. That works. Yeah, and there's also a France deck compendium which I compiled, but that one is not as in a nice a format, unfortunately. So I'll do 4 wood first action because I do need wood. I'm lacking in that area. And we're gonna build the clay oven, it looks like. Yeah, he didn't get journeyman at least. That's good. That would have just been too much. Oh, he's going for the fireplace probably, so he can eat those sheep that he's gonna have coming in. Yeah, so my next action probably plow. And then 5 clay, 2 stone, which would let me, in this round, start player stone oven. Or in round 12, start player stone oven. I definitely want to get on sow as well. And I can play corral. Oh, I got lots of stuff that I could do. the stream dying again? Yes, it is. Jeez. I'm really sorry, guys. For those of you that were watching live, this is a pain. Need to turn my fan on. It's getting a little hot in southern Ontario. There we go. Looks like I'm back. Greengrocer for PJK. PJK start player deep digging so he can first action plow and then get some stone. Best case, I get 5 clay and 2 stone. Or, well, I think I want the 2 stone and then sow bake maybe. Or 5 clay and sow bake. I don't want to be pressured on my sowing at all. Take 5 clay because that's a room, and rooms are good because they're people. And every time I build, I push nwoll farther back, which he's certainly a pretty big threat. Should move to the Netherlands. We have all the good. You know what? Honestly, we have decent internet. Well, I mean, okay, our internet is fine in where I live in Canada, but the issue is that it's not the ISP. I don't think the issue is our home network. I think it's the router that we have is not quite good enough for live streaming. But that might be impacted by the internet that we're getting from the ISP. So I don't know. Yeah, I guess I have no food, so I probably want to sow bake with this last move. But if I take the stone, then I have stone oven available. And the other thing is I want to leave my spaces empty for my corral. So sowing vegetable right now is a good time for me to sow vegetable. No one else can get the stone oven right now anyways, so okay. Let's do this. Just in case I don't build another room, do it that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bake 1, and then I get another point. So I've gotten 3 bonus points from Pie Oven so far. So that's pretty good. So nwoll has the first action build room. If he doesn't, I will. Ooh, machete. I would have liked machete. Although not that I really needed it. I only had to go on commercial baker twice. The steam tiller has been really good for me. Really good. So if he doesn't build room, I'll probably plow. Or if he does build room, I'll probably plow, I should say. Ah, he's not building a room, okay. So I'll build a room. Save 2 clay from clay roof bricklayer. Next action is plow. And then 3 stone. 6 clay wouldn't be too bad, because then I can build the clay oven again. And it lets me use any excess stone for pottery. I probably want, it's probably worth it for me to get to a stone house with what I have available. Alright, unfortunately I need to stop streaming because I'm switching over to my mobile because this is just absolutely terribly slow. Hmm. So I take six clay, lets me build clay oven, lets me build pottery. Oh jeez, even on the mobile my internet's still being really slow. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Woodworker for Lady in Waiting. Alright, Lady in Waiting family grows, so I imagine nwoll will plow so I'll take, I could do 4 wood, or I can do... I can plow, or I can 4 wood. Plow gets me my action back, which is always nice, but probably 4 wood is a little bit better. And we'll start player, it looks like. Okay. Guest is always nice to have, especially with all the food that I have in my possession. Second action, plow if I can. Thinking about, yeah, I guess to get to a stone house, all I need is a 2 stone action. So that's not difficult. So maybe my actions are major, minor, clay oven, and then 2 stone. Well, plow first if I can get it. But I have a feeling that plow is going to get taken. It might not actually. Free room from tower builder. Yeah, pretty good. 3 fields. And I know he has a stonehouse extension as well. Or I think it's very likely that he does. I'm not sure about that one actually. Oven admirer. If you have the stone oven, you get 2 vegetable and an animal of your choice. Oh, he got it. I was a little sad passing that along, but I don't remember what I took instead. I'm not sure. I was very surprised to get Commercial Baker back, though. Commercial Baker is so strong. 3 grain action. Really, really, really good. Yeah, so next 2 moves, 2 stone, and then maybe I think I probably save Reno to be able to Reno fence last round if I need to. Um, And I probably want to hold out on corral, because corral's going to be worth 4 points for 3 wood. Assuming I get enough animals, but yeah, I should be able to. Between holiday present and just taking animals. So I'll do 2 stone here either way. Maybe this needs to be so bake because I want a family growth without room probably next round. Yeah, because nwoll can shut me out of family growth the rest of the way if he wants to. Because he's at 3 people. He's going to grow to his 4th. Yeah. Okay, I want a family growth with room, or without room. And that's fine because I can sow vegetable here, grain here, and that vegetable will come off before the end of the game. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and another point. And then I'll play Reno pottery next round probably. Maybe Reno corral so that I can hold animals next round. Well, no, I don't have any empty fields at the moment. Maybe I take wood and Reno next round. I don't know. Food Critic. This is an old card. Whenever you turn stuff into food, you get bonus points. A little late because you would have liked to have been doing it all game, but nwoll fencing, interesting. Okay, I'm gonna family growth then, regular family growth. And I'll play corral here. My next action will be start player guest, so that I can get an animal action with my first move round 14. Hopefully 3 sheep. 3 sheep would be like a 6-point action. Might get it, but they might be taken for food by someone else, so we'll see. So Lady-in-Waiting, probably family growth would be my guess. Yep. And so then nwoll got a little screwed. Nice. So he gets an extra 2 cattle from his intuitionist, which is good. So I want to play Glutton at some point. So I probably need to get on. I need to build a baking improvement. I probably need to build clay oven in the last round, because that'll let me bake 2 grain, and then I convert, and then I can eat. While eating, I don't want to eat vegetables, but then I can convert a bunch of grain into food. Yeah, that looks good. I'm gonna do that. Alright, last action. Could play pottery here. Yeah, pottery's worth stuff. So I save a clay. I pay a food to save a stone. So then I feed 2 food, clay, G. 2 food, clay, harvest, oh, G. And I get 1 up there. Alright, looks good. Nice thing, Commercial Baker is an unblockable 3-point action with clay oven. For considering knowing that I have glutton. I really hope those sheep come around. That would be really nice. If they don't, if the sheep are taken, then probably plow. Because plow, so a grain, so a vegetable. That's going to be worth a couple points. Or sow 2 vegetables, probably, actually. No, sowing a grain might be points. We'll see. See how it comes around. I guess Lady-in-Waiting could use the food. nwoll's gonna really have a really nice sew action here. Really nice. That's worth a point of food. Not terrible. Lady-in-Waiting did what? I don't know, I missed it. So I do need to make sure I get on fence, because fence is like a 5-point action. So I get a guest. So that's some points there for corral. Then I can get one more point when I take. So then taking an animal is worth 3 points. Yeah. So bake is good for me, clay oven is good for me. Should be deciding that before you see if you get plow sow. Okay, I have to start going AFK in between turns. I gotta get ready to leave. This game's taking too long. Okay, so my fencing is safe, so I'm gonna build clay oven to make sure I get a bake action. So I save a clay, pay for blacksmith, bake. Oh, I'll bake 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Get a pie oven. So Reno minor, I would play holiday present for 3 points plus the Reno, and then fencing or Reno fence is fine. So I have options. Okay. I'm expecting Lady in Waiting to go on plow sow. Or sorry, Reno fence. nwoll, I don't know, take animal maybe. Just fence, okay. So I'll go on Reno fence with my next move. There we go. Boom, boom. Reno. Fence. So I gotta play glutton and then I take one more animal. Oh, PJK is playing on major or Reno or minor, so I'm not able to play a minor anymore. So I need to take boar if I want. I could play Tarzan, play Glutton, then play Tarzan, or just play Tarzan and then do something else. I can still plow 2 food for a point. Definitely boar first though. Boar is worth 3 points. Commercial baker is still available for 2 points. Boar got taken by nwoll, okay. Glutton might not be worth anything to me at this point. So probably my actions are Tarzan, commercial break. Yeah, PJK's just been a little too slow. And it slows the whole game down when you have someone like that. So Tarzan gets me 3 points. Glutton gets me. I turn the grain into a point. It gets me another 3 food. So Glutton might be a 2-point action. Although I'm not sure about that. If I could get both. Well, I don't know. I guess Tarzan requires, what is it, 6 food in your supply at the end of the breeding phase. 14, I have to pay 7, eat 1. Okay, yeah, that should be fine. I'll put my other person on commercial bake. Get a cattle. So I have whatever I score plus 17. That's a lot. Oh, so I tie with nwoll, it looks like. Did PJK hit 53? Don't think so. Yeah, nwoll and I tied for the win. 53 is a good score. I could have managed more though. 2 unused spaces and not maxed green points. Like a so bake at the end would have been good. I'm missing one type of animal. And food crick would have been worth something to me as well. So anyways, sorry about all the issues and stuff. I gotta run. You guys have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this little video.